So check that out. Look normal to you? We've never seen this before. Yeah, you have pollen. You have different things that, happen. But we change out our troughs. We haven't had any serious storms. It's a little breezy. This is what you got going on, falling from the sky. So good Sunday afternoon to you. Come on, Ginger. Let's get our walk in today, girlfriend. Isn't she beautiful? Welcome back to the channel, guys. Welcome to Appalachia's Homestead. You know they're going to start. They have to. It's their thing. But welcome back to the channel. Welcome to Appalachia's Homestead. Look here, guys. Spring is showing up. We're going to be in the 70s this week. The daffodils are in full bloom. You're seeing some of the tulip poplars starting to come out. So we're still going to have little winters and we're still going to have some cold weather. But hey, time change. It's here, y'all. So don't get too crazy. Don't get too anxious. But spring is definitely on its way. Okay, so here is the positive news. All of this was fixed and was completely replaced. As you can see right there, we let whoever have nibble time on whatever they wanted because they were determined to get it anyway. And then we've got to go through all of this. So the main goal, obviously, when the tree fell was to clear the driveway. What a mess, right? And then we had to salvage the fence until we could fix it. And then the cows decided they were going to try to come over. So then we had to really fix it, which we have now. And then now we've got to just pick up all of this debris. This is pine, so isn't it gorgeous? I mean, seriously, God did everything God made is perfect, y'all, including you, honey, including you. Okay, I'm going to walk a little bit further up this way so you can hear me. The 5 geese, not 6, the 5 geese that are holy terrors are they'll be up here in just a minute. I guarantee you they'll be on their way at some form. So listen, I want to talk to you about something, check in with you, see how you're doing. Well, here it is. So there's several things I want to talk about in some videos, but I'm going to start off with this, which was not planned. I really never truly plan my videos. I just sort of film them as they go, or what happens that day or whatnot. And are you paying attention to the stuff in the sky? Now listen, I know what some of y'all gonna say, and that's okay. But so just let me tell you the story here. So if you follow my channel, you know that over the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I'm much better now, but I got pretty sick. And I went to the doctor twice, and they could not figure out what was going on. I mean, it was like, you don't have this, and this. Okay. This is all flared up, like my nose and my, epiglottis, and then it went straight to my lungs. It was the weirdest thing you've ever seen, right? So some of you were like, well, maybe it's allergies, and I wasn't opposed to that. I typically am not a person that has what you would call spring allergies. I'm kind of more of a person that might have more problems in October, not necessarily in February, March, or April. I mean, it's just, that could change. Things change as you get old, I know, but I was like, what is the deal? Now, here's what's so weird about it. when I got sick, which now I'm pretty much over it. We'll get into it, but it was like I was so hypersensitive to far more than usual to my contacts, to scents, to more so than I usually am. It was like I was just on this hypersensitivity load, and the problem that we were concerned about was me getting bronchitis or pneumonia, and then of course ear infections, and I still managed to do that. So I knew that was going to happen. You just can't control that. Well, here's the deal. So it's been a mystery. No one else in the family was sick, has been sick, or is sick to this day. It's just me, right? So I've done all the things for the past 2 to 3 weeks. You know this, long story. Well, here's the deal. So today is Sunday afternoon. I see you, Ginger. Look at this. I see you, honey. I see you. You want to say hi to everybody and tell everybody how good you are and beautiful? Hey, come here. What you see? What you see? Oh, there's a squirrel. You want squirrel for dinner? We'll go on up there and get it, girl. Today's Sunday afternoon, and Thursday, James told me it was Thursday because he was at work and he called and messaged, and I was like, I don't know about today. Am I going backwards? So I got a little bit annoyed, if you will, at the idea that I was, I'm like, am I getting sick again? It felt like some of the symptoms were kind of lingering again. My ear was bothering me. And then so I got real aggressive with a few things. By Friday evening or whatnot, I was like, I'll be all right. Well, here's the deal. I didn't pick up on this, and maybe you have. So Friday, we were outside. We were up here. I was filming. We were talking about the fence and all this stuff. And James came over and he said, "What is all over your car?" And I was like, "Oh, no." He's like, what have you driven through? I said, I haven't been anywhere other than with you. And he was like, isn't that strange? I was like, strange it is. So it's like this weird chemical, ashy, which is part of it, type stuff just all over the windshield and stuff. And I thought, well, then I have seen, and many of you too probably have as well, there have been reports coming out from news stations and from weather stations, even here locally. First, it was the mud rain. Whoa. I even posted this on my Facebook page day before yesterday. When I saw it, I was like, wow, what? Now, here's the thing. Some of you are going to say, this is normal. Things like this happen all the time. I totally agree with you. I'm not freaking out. Just trying to talk about what's going on and to make you consider, me too, that think of all the things that are put into the sky, and they're put into the sky in different locations. And you might think, well, that's happening they're getting this happening. This is happening, or they're getting this done, or this is affecting people in, say, Nebraska. What does that have to do with me in East Tennessee? Or this is happening over in, Kansas. What does that have to do with me? Well, obviously, if we have massive storms of some sort, kick up the dust, right? Obviously, that can flow our way and fall on top of our heads. All of this mud rain they're talking about, I was like, what in the world? Well, then you also have to consider all of the fires that we're seeing that are just, how are all these places catching on fire like this other than deliberately? Conspiracy, non-conspiracy. I mean, what's going on in New York I saw this just a couple of hours ago. Think about this. So you have things happening environmentally, and clearly, regardless of whether they are in your county, your state, your region, across the country, at some point, it starts to affect you. Now, here's what's so strange. So this morning, we come up to our barn and we check it, rotate waters, feed our animals. Sometimes we have to rotate animals, do all of these things up here at least twice a day. We come by the barn multiple times, yada, yada, yada. Y'all know this. So this morning I went out And we keep multiple water troughs out, okay? We have some on this side that are for the cows and they're propped up. We have some lower ones for the one for the geese. We put out buckets. We rotate our buckets in and around the barn. We fill up extra buckets. So we do this continually. Well, we have 2 troughs that are kind of further down the fence, and we don't necessarily change them every single day. It might be more like an every other day, every second day. Just depends upon how dirty they are, because the goats come to their prized ones. They're kind of like a backup. Plus, I'll tell you what they really do. They kind of hold a place or two on that fencing so Rip doesn't come through. My buck. Yeah, he's torn some holes that we're about to replace that section next week, another section. He's put a couple holes in there, and the girls have wanted him to. That's what bucks do when they want to have a good time with the girls. So we've kind of put some extra fencing up and wired it in, and then we've put a trough in front of it, put some water in it to make it heavy so he doesn't tend to push against it. So it doesn't get changed necessarily every day, but every other day, et cetera, because we don't want nasty, funky water out there, right? Well, that one hasn't been changed probably, well, today's Sunday. We just now did it Thursday into Friday. Did you see it? The water was still high, so it's not like it's been drunk down. The goats don't get into those troughs, okay? They're not stepping in it. Our goats are not stepping in those troughs. If anybody steps in a trough, it would be on the opposite side, which that trough is not, and it would be a cow, and she only does that when it's about 95 degrees. Nobody's stepping in the troughs, okay? And there is this film, and I walked out first thing this morning. I looked over at that. We did not think to really see that yesterday, because I told James, I said, did it look like this yesterday? And he was like, I really don't think so. I don't recall seeing that. And I was like, this is explaining a lot, because a lot of people in our region are talking about the mud rain. Lots of people. And ash. So I went and I filmed. Now we've cleaned the front of my windshield. So I went to my son's vehicles and just filmed their vehicles, and you can see what I'm talking about. Is this abnormal? No. But here's the bottom line. Guys, you need to be paying attention, and I know that this crowd is. You need to be paying attention to all of the things that are happening environmentally, whether it's natural or whether it's not. Because it's interesting to me that since Thursday, I practically have not been able to wear my contact lenses. Now, I'm not sick anymore. I'm not coughing. Got a little bit, a little bit of that left over, whatever. It's like I just can't get rid of it, right? Obviously not. So my point here is I can't wear my contacts. I'm having to wear my glasses a lot. I kind of went backwards on Thursday into Friday, but I'm better now. And you go, what is the fallout here? You need to think about these things. You need to consider how you react, even if it's not something malicious. How's that? Is that the right word? Deliberate. It's just a fallout from an event that happened. You need to consider, how do you respond to that? Is this type of thing what made me sick to begin with? I don't know. But I've questioned things more so than ever, because you tend to sit and go, okay, who have I been around? Where did I go? What did I touch? Okay, well, if it's this and this and I'm going to do this, that means in 3 days, James will be doing this, or one of my sons will, or what about Nano? Whatever. You consider all of these things? Nothing. So it's interesting to me. Now, I'm out in the elements working more than my husband and my sons. They go to school, they have jobs. My husband works outside of the home. So on a daily basis, on most days, James is always helping me, but my point is I'm outdoors a lot, and I'm the one that got sick. Some of you said, oh, you've got hay fever. Maybe it's an allergy. Maybe not. Look at all that's falling around us. But here's the most important thing. The mud, ash, things of that sort, smoke, debris, these are very visible. These are very tangible, if you will, type substances that you can almost feel in the air. You know, the weird fog that nobody can explain. So what is in the sky? Deliberate or non-deliberate? Even if something is not maliciously and deliberately put into the air or into an environment, whatever circumstance to affect a person, realize that your body response could be really, really bad, and it could be unlike everyone else's. This is why it's important you go over your medicine cabinet. It's really important that you understand that you have things, especially if you have sensitivities. I don't know what that might be for you. Colloidal silver, an inhaler, antihistamines, antibiotics, whatever you feel is important, and lots of other wink, wink, winks, whatever. I just want to put that out there because, like I said, I went out there and I took my hand. I'll show you the footage. Now, some of you are going to say, well, it's just, you live on a farm and that's just mud. Okay, let me break it down for you. My driveway right here, now that's not soppy, wet mud, okay? All right, but we have been getting some rain over the past couple of weeks, okay? My point here is it's not, if we were in the middle of July and we were 90 plus degrees and we hadn't had rain for 7 to 10 days, yeah, we get dusty. No, we are just now coming out of a wet spell. So everything is still kind of tamped down, not as dusty as like I just described to you. So I even looked for hoof tracks, like maybe somebody came over and was, kind of digging, or no, that's just not the way it's going. Okay, so here's the deal. So the goats are coming over here with me, and here comes Goaty. Honey, he's over here. Come up here, girlfriend. Come on, baby. Look at this. Look at this. Girlfriend, he's up here. Look. Yeah, I see you, honey. I know, girlfriend. So listen, guys. Am I overall crazy concerned? No. But I think this is something that you need to be more hypersensitive to and aware of for your own health. Because if you get knocked down like I did, 2 to 3 weeks, that's a lot. Okay? You don't feel good. You get behind on chores. You start to beat yourself up a little bit. Then you got to fight the situation of, does it become something else? So just making sure that you are cognitively aware of the fact that there are things in the sky, natural and non-natural, that should or should not be there, is something that we are having to deal with on a day-to-day basis. Okay? And I think it affects our mood. I think it affects our bodies. I think it affects our minds. And it affects our overall health in general. We can sit here and say, oh, it's just allergies. Sure. Whatever you say. That's fine by me. But are you seeing this? I know a lot of people here are. Are you seeing this on your cars? Are you feeling this in the air? What are you seeing out there? We want to hear from you. Like, subscribe, and share. Pray, prep, and be peaceful. I'm going to go love on all my buddies. Got a few videos and topics I want to talk about this week, and I've got to get those blame incubators set. It's just been one thing after another, but we're doing great. And I love you, and I've missed you, and I'm so thankful to be back making all of these videos. A lot of things to talk about. Stay cool out there, okay? Stay prepared. Think things through. Just keep doing the things. You're going to be all right. We're going to be all right because we've got this together. Like, subscribe, and share. Pray, prep, and be peaceful, and I'll see you guys on the next video.